Today's video is going to focus on the first two bubbles of the modifiers practice, the identifying modified words and the identifying modifiers. So these are actually going to be just the reverses of each other. So as always, we'll start with a little bit of a refresher, a little lesson. So I want to start with what exactly is a modifier, and it does the job that it sounds like. So it can be a word, a phrase, a clause that describes another word, phrase, or clause that makes its meaning more specific. So here we have, at the concert, Gary sang loudly. The word that's being modified is the word sang. It's being modified, giving more information because the word is loudly. How do they sing? Loudly. So this is the modifier. We really like having our modified words and our modifiers directly next to the word that they are modifying. So here I have Marissa, whom I care about very much, missed dance rehearsal last night. So Marissa is what's being modified, and whom I care about very much is right next to her, going backwards. It's always easier if we have them right next to each other. So lying in Claire's yard, the puppy. This way we know that the puppy is the one who's lying in Claire's yard. So we're going to go through and work on a couple of these together. So here we have the phrase in the garage in bold. We have to figure out what's being modified here. The motorcycle in the garage belongs to Mufasa's grandma. So you have to think, what's in the garage? In this case, it's the motorcycle. Pam Beasley handed ice-cold Gatorade to each of the panting marathon runners. So who is panting? It's the marathon runners. Peter Pettigrew shut his eyes and leapt bravely off the high dive. What did he do bravely? He leapt. Patrick Starr picked wild blueberries while hiking through the woods. The blueberries are what is wild. They're what's being modified. Sitting on top of the jungle gym, Bilbo Baggins, he's the one who's doing the sitting, could see the entire playground. I was impressed to see Professor Moody coaching the hockey team. Who's doing the coaching? It's Professor Moody. So you can see that these are really pretty simple. So what was found during the scavenger hunt? All of the clues. On our next bubble, we're going to do the reverse of this. So we're going to figure out what are the words that are doing the modified. So here we have Peter Malark couldn't catch any of the salmon swimming in the stream. What are the salmon doing? What's the extra information we get? They're swimming in the stream. So we have to figure out what is Sarabi doing? On this one, she's frightened by the lightning. Digging in the backyard, Mr. Filch unearthed an old canteen from the Civil War. So here's Mr. Filch. What's the extra information we're given about him? It's the fact that he's in the middle of digging in the backyard. So this bubble will continue on much the same way. Sometimes it's going to be the adjectives that precede it, or it could be extra information that comes after the word. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.